Alright, so what's going on? So, back at it, another LSR Racing video again. So, today we're gonna go over and give my buddy Jeremy a visit. And we're going to, go take his valve cover off so that way he can get ready to powder coat it. So, let's go that way. Let's go. Alright, so we over here. We at his house. So we're gonna be taking that valve cover off. So let's get started.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
A buddy of mine's gonna sandblast it. Might have to knock it a few times with a hand dammer. It's just from where it's seated. So, the reason why we're taking off the valve cover today is I bought a K24DE out of a S14. And I was originally going to powder coat that and put it on this motor. What I didn't realize is there are a couple of small differences. So at the back on the S14s, they're actually curved and they have 3 bolts. And then on top, you have, on top of the tube seals, you have 3 bolts right here. The S14 K24 valve cover only has 2. So I kind of made a slight fucky-wucky. So I'm having to pull this one off, which I really didn't want to do. But, you know, at least I'll get a new valve cover gasket. It's what it is.
1 week later.
Alright, so it's about a week later. And we got his valve cover back, as you can see. But we won't reveal that until later. So we're going to go ahead and get his new gasket put on and the new valve cover. And we'll let you see the final product in a second. Let's go! Alright, so we're getting ready to put it on. We'll get ready to reveal the color to you. Alright. What ended up happening?
When I was putting the valve cover bolts in, literally the first bolt decided it was going to pull the threads. And I mean, we're not talking about like I took a impact and uggy duggy, just like I hand tightened it. Torque spec is around 7-8 foot-pounds. So you just take a ratchet, put this on the head, put your pinky as far back as you can. When you can't move it with your pinky anymore, it's roughly like 5 to 10. So I went to do that. She just kept it spinning. So the dreaded, we're gonna have to cut some new threads, and I don't like that. But car got shit. Gotta do it. We're gonna try this. Hopefully it works. Well, maybe. Or we'll have to go with the old.
Yeah, to probably do the wrench.
Yeah.
But you don't scuff.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do the wrench.
Tomorrow.
Alright, what's up guys? Back at it again, one day later. So, we had a problem with one of the bolts stripping out. We tried tapping some threads in it.
Did it work?
We were very lucky because the one valve cover bolt was one of the very few where instead of a closed thread where it goes into the head, it's open. So, there's enough room at the bottom of the threads where it's just an open hole where we could tap some threads into that. So after a day of it getting dark and we can't work anymore, got it threaded last night, went to Tractor Supply, got a couple bolts that are a little bit longer. So far it looks like it's working, but you'll see in a little while once we finally reveal everything on how everything's doing. So we'll get that done, start working on the idle air control valve, and hopefully she'll fire. Who knows? But let's get back to work. Has a very bad problem with the idle air control valves for two reasons. Usually the valves are made from plastic from stock, and they use plastic idle screws so you can adjust your idle up and down. Well, I have the OEM one, so on top of it, this car having like 230,000 miles on it, the plastic screw broke, so all it does is it gets stuck at 1500 RPM for the idle, and it started having problems where it's just the flap in it or whatever, the spring is going out, it's not opening and closing correctly. It'll drive for a week or two perfectly fine, and then she'll start shutting off on me when I'm on my way home. I'll drive somewhere, everything will be fine. I'll stop, turn the car off, chill for an hour and a half. On my way home, shuts off like 6 times. So, it goes in like
and now you.
This. It's in there like that on the back of the block. 4 screws and 2 sensors on top of a air hose. So these sensors are a pain in the ass to get off. I gotta find that screw to be able to get off. I've yet to find it because there's not a lot of room. And I gotta knock this little hose off. And this sensor. But we're not far. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, it's just a pain in the ass. Okay, so this is the new idle air control valve. This is the old one. Now, depending on the lighting, you may be able to tell at that center bottom hole, there is no, I guess, cylinder that's supposed to be in there like the good one. You can probably see it's a little bit shiny inside that middle hole. This one ain't got junk. So, I'm curious. I want to take out that idle control screw and see what falls out. So I have a feeling a little cylinder that's supposed to be in there. Oh shit!
Well, it's gone.
It is a missing of something, which is probably a spring. It looks like it's supposed to sit inside of there. Oh, wherever it is, it ain't in here. That sucks. Now comes the dreaded part of putting the new one in. 'Cause that was a pain in the ass. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it took longer than it needed to.
Yeah. So, if we're lucky, it may go back in easier than it came out. Might be able to start it up and get it idled correctly. Show you before the sun goes down. If not, we'll be back here tomorrow. Sadly.
Where are we currently at?
Got 2 bolts in. Gotta get the last 2 in. Connect pretty much a vacuum hose. Plug up the 2 connectors, and then hopefully test fire. Adjust the idle screw, get it to, we say about 800, 750, 850, somewhere in that range.
750.
Yeah, get somewhere around that, and then hopefully today will be over and I don't have to fucking deal with this again. because I want to die. This shit sucked ass. I read on forums saying that this shit was gonna be bad, but like, you look at a forum and you're like, oh, it can't be that bad. Yeah, it's kind of a tight spot. No, it's bad. It's bad. 240 owners, take your shit to a shop. Or like a buddy that knows what the fuck they're doing. Don't do it yourself. It's a pain in the ass. I don't like it. I do it because I have to, because I'm broken.
I think we're all in the same boat there. I think we're all in the broke boat. I mean, you see what I'm driving. So, it's a piece of shit. Yes, I will agree, but it's my piece of shit. It at least gets me to work.
We came into a little problem. And by a little problem, I mean slightly big problem, but like the idle air control valve that we bought for S13 was the correct idle air control valve. Bolts up the same, looks identical. Since I haven't pulled the one off of this car before until now, I realized that there's a minor difference between the two. The OE one that was on there, the connectors are squared. The one that I got is round connectors. So any kids that grew up in my area where you had the little box that had the little shapes and the top had little cuts out for the shapes, you can't always fit a square in a circle or a circle in a square. And that is our problem. So, us being idiots, I don't know if you can see this shit. This is part of it, right here. This is the old one. There's also one that goes right here. I'm hoping these little, I'm assuming motors / sensors work correctly, because we're going to do a swip swap and then plug it in and see if it runs. If it don't work, I'm probably shit out of luck and we're going to have to splice in new connectors. This is off camera. Oh, we're swapping the plungers.
We're swapping the plungers.
We're putting the new one in. Yeah, so yeah, maybe it might work. I don't fucking know. But yeah, hopefully this works. If it don't work, I'm shit out of luck because I've checked multiple websites and all of them come with the round connectors. So if this don't work, I'm gonna put that shit back together, send it back to where I got it, get my money back, and then hopefully Nissan has one. Because it says that they have one that was manufactured date in 1992, like July. So, we'll see. I hope.
Okay, it is now, I don't know what time it is. What's the time?
It's approximately 7:06.
Okay, so it's 7 o'clock, and we just got the thing put back together and everything. We ended up having to take it back off.
Yep.
Had to swap this out because this has the wrong plug on it for his vehicle. So, we just swapped both of those valves out, and now he's hooking back up the hose, get it connected, and then we're going to fire it up, see if this thing will live.
It's a pain in the ass.
It is.
Hose don't want to move.
It fucking sucks. By the way, Austin's here, so we're glad to have him here.
I'm happy to be here and supervise.
Yeah, he's doing a very
Screwdriver.
he's doing a very good job, but he has yet to give us our union brake.
Yes. Oh fuck! I fucked it up. God damn it, bitch! I had it so close.
Yeah,
What the fuck? That thing's got a flashlight?
my
That's
phone.
Oh,
you dumbass.
I was like, where the hell did that flashlight go?
That's
Or
why
come
he
from?
holds the camera.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding the
I'm
camera.
new to GoPros.
It's not a GoPro.
It's not a GoPro.
What the fuck is it then?
It's an Osmo. It's a DJI Osmo.
Same fucking thing, kind of. I don't know.
It's better.
You youngins with technology.
You're,
I'm just here driving.
we're the same age!
Yeah, but your car's older than us. All of our cars are older than us.
Yeah, so anyways, we'll get back to you whenever we get this thing finished.
Yeah.
Alright, we're about to get the moment of truth here.
Hope to God it works.
Yeah, we better.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it prime for a second, and then.
It's alive!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What? out, come on. So anyways, I know it's kind of dark, I know you can't see me, it's just running off of the kind of stationary light that I have running in here in the living room. Give me a second. Alright, so anyways, we got his idle air control on, and it turned out it was working, and then we found out that he has chain slap.
Don't they know? Don't they know who I am? The Doctor of Poop, that's who I am.
So what that is that the timing chain on his motor, I think the journeys, or like the plastic pieces that go in the middle that kind of guide the chain guides almost, I think they're going out, so it's causing it to slap against the valve cover a little bit. But he's just going to run it. He's already got in contact with one of his friends to see if he can be able to basically to see if he can be able to get him to do the timing chain and probably a couple other things. But anyways, in all, it's all done. We got the idle air control to work. His valve cover looks excellent. So we'll catch you around on the next video.
3, 2,
Deuces.
Yo, so keep it real, son. Count this money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yo, put the grants over there in safe, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's better than Jackson's.
I woke up early on my born day. I'm 20, it's a blessing. The essence of adolescence leaves my body now I'm freshened. My physical frame is celebrated cause I made it. 1/4 through life, some godly like things.